Hello Internet, welcome to the Nerd Sanctuary. This is Yami, and today we're looking at the Chronoscommand deck build. This deck is very fun, irritates the heck out of your opponent, sending everything back. Just a heads up though, if you're using Gear Chronicle, do not go against Pale Moon. It is the absolute worst matchup ever, especially with this deck because there's never anything to retire. Or not retire, but send to the bottom. But let's go ahead and get started with this deck. First, we have Timepiece Draco Kid. And his skill, Counterblast 1, put this unit in the soul, search the top 5 cards of your deck for a grade 3 or greater, add it to your hand, and shuffle. After that, we have 4 of the Lucky Pot Draco Kid. With the ability, put this unit in your soul, choose a unit, and give it plus 3,000 power. Then we have 2 of the Wakey Wakey Worker. Stand trigger with the ability that at the end of the battle this unit boosted, choose a face-up grade 3, or not grade 3, but G unit, and turn it face down. And then return this unit to your deck and shuffle. It's a good card to have, helps recycle your G units and your trigger. Following that, I have 6 critical triggers. I would actually prefer to switch 2 of these out with 2 more Wakey Wakey Worker, because once you run out of Chronoscommand cards, some of your other cards become kind of useless. Ending out the zeros, I have 4 heal triggers. Nothing special about them, just basic heal triggers. Starting off the ones, I have 4 perfect cards. Pretty much staple in any deck. Then I have 4 of the Progress Second Dragon. It is impervious to being put back into your deck by your own cards. Well, by your own Chronoscommand cards. And when an opponent's rear guard is put into their deck due to the effects of one of your cards, you can time leap this. It's very good because it is built to work with Chronoscommand Dragon's ability, but it is also not affected by Chronoscommand Revolution's ability. It's very good, helps keep your rear guards even though Chronoscommand throws them all out. After that, we have 2 of the Steam Maiden Ishme. With the skill that if your Vanguard has Chronoscommand in its name and the number of your opponent's rear guards is 1 or less, this unit gets plus 5,000 power and can attack from the back row. It's very good, feels very Aquaforce-esque, but that's not really a bad thing in this case. Then we have 2 of the Mist Geyser Dragon. When an opponent's rear guard is put into their deck due to the effect of one of your cards, this unit gets plus 5,000. You can reach some ridiculously high power levels with this. Make it almost as strong as make it stronger than a grade 4, actually. And then ending out the ones, we have 2 Steam Skara Gigi. Soul Blast 2 when this unit is placed on rear guard to draw a card. Moving on to the grade 2s, we have 2 Extend Magna Dragon. With the ability that if the number of your opponent's rear guards is 1 or less, this unit gets plus 2,000 power. And for every rear guard of your opponents that's put into their deck, if you have a Chronoscommand face up in your G zone, this unit gets plus 2,000 power. And then we have 2 of the Steam Soldier Urzi that if you have a face-up Chronoscommand in your G-Zone and the number of your opponent's rear guards is 2 or less, this unit gets plus 5,000 power and shield. Very good attacker, very good defender, just a well-rounded card to use. After that, we have 3 of the ever-changing Gear Peacock, with the ability that when your opponent's rear guard is put into his or her deck due to the effect of one of your cards, if you have a Chronoscommand Vanguard, choose a rear guard and time leap it. It's very good. Reform Calling Gear Eagle has an ability that lets it search the top 10 for time leap cards, so those kinds are very good to have. Next we have 2 Iron Fanged Gearhound. It is the same as Mist Geyser Dragon. When your opponent's rear guard is put into their deck due to one of your effects, plus 5,000 power to this unit. It's very good. It's like the bread and butter of a Chronoscommand deck, really. Ending out the grade 2s, I have 2 Steam Fighter Amber. An alternate thought would be to use History Maker, but I don't know. Amber just feels better. When this unit's boosted, counterblast 1 card to choose one of your opponent's 2 or less rear guards and put that on the bottom of their deck. Starting off the grade 3s now, we have 4 Ephemeral Wand Dragon with the Generation Break 2 ability. Soul Blast 1, choose a Chronoscommand that's face down in the G zone, turn it face up. When this unit attacks or is attacked by a Vanguard, then pay the cost and get plus 10,000 power. This unit also has the ability that choose a face down card from the G zone, turn it face up. During your turn, when your G unit with Chronoscommand and its card name strides, pay the cost. If you do, choose a Vanguard and gets plus 10,000. This card is pretty good, just beefs up your cards, but it kind of forces you to go through your Chronoscommand cards quicker with that first ability. The second ability helps you set up more because it lets you go Chronoscommand Revolution the first turn and use the stride skill to protect yourself from its negative effect by having a Chronoscommand Dragon face up in the G zone. Ending off the grade 3s, we have 4 of the Reform Calling Gear Eagle. This unit has a Generation Break 1 that on the rear guard it has a Generation Break 1 Time Leap ability. That when this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Chronoscommand in its name, choose another rear guard and Time Leap it. And it has the ability, choose one of your rear guards, put it on the bottom of your deck. When your G unit with Chronoscommand in its name strides, pay the cost, lay 10 cards on the top of your deck, search for 2 with the Time Leap ability, show them to your opponent, put it in your hand, and shuffle. It's another card that sort of helps with Chronoscommand Revolution's ability by making it so you're not entirely screwed by putting 2 cards in your hand from the top 10. And all you have to give up is a rear guard that would be returned anyways. Starting off the grade 4s, we have 4 Chronoscommand Dragons. I only have 2 for right now, but you should have 4. It has the ability that when this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1, and discard a card from your hand. And if you do, your opponent puts all of their rear guards on the bottom of their deck. It's a very good card, very useful, put your opponent on the defensive. After that, we have 4 of the Chronoscommand Revolution. Again, I only had 2, but it stands. And it has the ability that when this unit's placed on Vanguard, Counterblast 1, choose another Chronoscommand Revolution, turn it face up. And if you do, your opponent puts all of their rear guards on the bottom of their deck in any order. Then if you have a Chronoscommand Dragon in your G zone, face up, choose 2 of your rear guards and put all the others on the bottom of your deck in any order. And if you don't have a face-up Chronoscommand Dragon, then you just put all your rear guards on the bottom of the deck. So it is definitely better to have the Chronoscommand Dragon face up already. After that, we have 2 Ragnarok Dragon with the ability, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, Counterblast 1, choose a copy of this from your G zone and turn it face up. And if you do, your opponent can't use zeros to guard from their hand. And then if the number of face-up cards in your G zone is 2 or more, this unit gets +1 critical. Very good, very pressure-based. Kind of forces your opponent to use a grade 0, or to use a perfect guard, or just more cards in their hand. Or completely screws them over by not letting them use a 0. And then we have 1 Fate Rider Dragon with the ability to choose one of your rear guards, put it on the bottom of your deck, and search for a card that's a grade greater. Call it to rear guard, shuffle your deck, choose one of your units for each face-up G card, and it gets +3,000 till the end of the turn. It's only a once per turn ability, so that's something, but it's a very good ability. After that, we have a Fiery March Colossus with the ability that when this unit attacks a Vanguard, Counterblast 1 and put one of your own rear guards on the bottom of your deck. And if you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, they put that on the bottom of their deck, And until the end of that battle, they can't use any cards with the same grade as the one they put to guard. It's very good. You can retire one of your opponent's like grade 1 boosters, and then they can't use grade 1s, which include the perfect guards or quintet walls. Ending with the G Guardians, we have a highbrow steam Rafana with the ability that when it's placed on the Guardian Circle, choose a grade 1 or greater rear guard, return it to your deck, switch out with a 0, call it to rear guard, shuffle your deck, and if you call the card, this unit gets plus 10,000 power. It's pretty good, I guess. Lets you switch out any of your cards with a wakey worker for the opportunity to return it to the deck and get a Chronoscommand to use again. And then ending out the deck, I have 3 of the retroactive Time Maiden Uluru. With the skill that's when it's placed on Guardian Circle, choose a normal unit and a trigger from your drop zone. Put them on the bottom of your deck in any order, and if 2 cards were put through this effect, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. It's very good, helps stop you from decking out. I actually won a card fight recently using retroactive Time Maiden to stop me from decking out. It was very good. And that is pretty much the Chronoscommand deck profile. I cannot wait to play this more. It's really fun. I'm happy to have it. And if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Check out one of the millions of other things we do on the channel. And I'll see you guys later.